Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel all about real estate. My name is Lewis, and in today's video, we're going to review an article from Zillow that really caught my attention and I thought was fascinating. It was titled "Buyers to Pay Up to 3.7% More for Homes That Work Hard and Play Hard." And honestly, when I saw the headline, I thought to myself, what does that even mean? It caught me off guard, and I thought, I got to take a look at this article. It's intriguing. Let's see what they actually talk about. So once I got into it, I thought this is actually some pretty fascinating information, maybe useful tips if you are a home seller. And so I wanted to share it with you here today. So if you're new to the channel and you like all things finance, real estate, and investing, please consider liking and subscribing. And let's get right to that article. Okay, so up on the screen, here is the article by Jeff Tucker, and it was dated March 15, 2022, and it is buyers to pay up to 3.7% more for homes that work hard and play hard, just like I mentioned. Now, I went through this article already and I highlighted some of the details, but I'm going to kind of jump right into it here. Zillow conducted a multivariate regression analysis. Not entirely sure what that means either, but it says, and they did this with almost 230 features and design terms mentioned in listing descriptions on Zillow across approximately 3.1 million homes sold in 2020 and 2021. So a very, very large sample size. Now, the features with the largest statistically significant associations with higher than expected sales prices included steam ovens, broadband speed, and heated floors. And then the features associated with faster than expected closing times included electric vehicle charging stations, mid-century styling, and Zoom rooms or home offices. So we're going to go into the details and talk about exactly what that means, but I thought it was really fascinating. It just goes to show that some of the homes that are in higher demand now actually include features that maybe weren't as desirable in the past. We're kind of moving into this pandemic, post-pandemic era where buyers are out there looking for maybe a little bit more space, maybe more optionality inside of their home so that they can work from home or entertain guests, friends, family, that kind of thing. So anyway, scrolling down here, if we look at features that work hard, and this is related to homes that are listed for sale and closing above the list price, high-speed broadband internet actually comes up as one of the main things. Now, it says here that when mentioned in a listing description, it's actually associated with a 2.5% higher sales premium. So in other words, a home that has high-speed broadband internet access and it's listed in the listing description, those homes on average are selling for 2.5% higher than the list price. The other thing they mention here is that a quote-unquote Zoom room, which I would imagine is an area where you could have a home office and you could host Zoom calls, it actually adds 1.6% to the home sales price. And as we continue to go down here, it says, when mentioned in a listing description, a high-end kitchen, the high-end kitchen appliances that quickly cook food with steam can contribute to selling a home for 3.7% more than expected. They're referring to steam ovens here. That's a new term for me. I don't do a lot of cooking, so I thought that was really fascinating. I'm assuming they're just kind of like a higher end appliance in a higher end kitchen. That's probably what they're referring to. So it's probably really good quality of construction in those homes that they're mentioning with that particular scenario. Article goes on to say that buyers appear willing to pay more for other functional kitchen features, such as new appliances, 2.6% sales premium, and quartz countertops, 2.3% sales premium, and that make cooking and cleanup faster and easier. So in other words, some of these features and upgrades are really helping the marketability of these homes. So if you're a seller in this market, this is something really interesting to pay attention to. Now let's go ahead and review features that quote unquote play hard. Again, not my wording. This really caught my attention, but I thought it was interesting, so I wanted to share it. So it says that homes with a she shed, in other words, a female version of a man cave where women can relax and unwind, can command a 2.2% higher sales premium than expected. And homes with a meditation room could see a 1.7% sales premium. This is really interesting to me. I've never heard of this before. So it's news to me. I think it's really fascinating. And I think if you have the spare space, it's a clever way to market and or stage a particular room if you're looking to command top dollar in this market. In addition to these features that play hard, homes mentioning pizza ovens, outdoor kitchens can actually sell for 2.3% and 2.2% higher, respectively. And then the last thing that it mentions in these features that play hard is that it says, while vacation areas are increasingly popular, buyers nationwide appear willing to pay more for homes that feel like a getaway. So nautical style was associated with 2.4% price premium, and a saltwater pool can help a home sell for 2.1% more than expected. So that might be rather large upgrades, something that might not be easy to do if you're selling in this market. Obviously, if you don't have a pool, you're probably not going to put in a pool right before you sell, but just really kind of fascinating data here. And then a couple other things I want to touch on with this article before we wrap up on a few thoughts, but sustainability for speedy sales. This is really interesting. I know it's growing in popularity. I heard a statistic the other day that only 1% of Americans actually own an electric vehicle. But I know there's a really big push to go green, and these EVs are getting increasingly popular. And so it actually says that homes with an electric vehicle charging station can sell 10 days faster than similar homes, while homes with drought-resistant landscaping or turf can sell at least 9 days faster. So these are some of the features that maybe aren't necessarily commanding a higher price point, but they are helping homes sell even quicker than the rest of the market. And then lastly, before we kind of wrap this up, Zillow puts some fine print in their article. They just say that adding these design features to a home or just adding the words to a for sale listing description does not necessarily guarantee or definitively cause the ultimate sales price to increase as much as observed. Rather, the most likely explanation for these results is that the for sale homes with these kinds of features in their descriptions may be of generally higher quality all the way around, or at least perceived to be in ways that are difficult to observe or quantify, but which tend to lead to a higher final sales price. In addition, from a buyer's perspective, the features present in a home and or the choices made to advertise said features in a listing description are indicators that a home may be perceived as cutting edge and or well updated, and buyers actively seeking those traits in a home from the moment they move in may be willing to pay more for them when making an offer. But for those out there that are bargain hunting buyers or those with different taste, the presence of such features may be a warning that they could actually end up overpaying for a prior renovation that doesn't necessarily suit them, or for features that they don't want and or need. So I thought that was really interesting information. I mean, if you are a seller in this market and have a little extra space, it is a clever way to market a bedroom, like a Zoom room or a meditation room. You could market it that way. You could stage the property that way. And hey, who knows, you may even command a higher price because of it. Now, the article goes on to list out some of the top 10 features that sell a home for more than expected, and the top 10 features that sell a home for faster than expected. I'll go ahead and link to this article in the show notes. You can kind of go through this yourself, but it shows here the actual feature in one column, and then shows the price premium. So you can see steam ovens command a 3.7% higher price premium, modern farmhouse 3% higher, new appliances 2.6%. And then the top 10 features that sell a home faster are things like an EV charging station, drought resistant, turf, popcorn ceilings removed, things like that. So in other words, these homes that are squeaky clean, they're maybe renovated or rehabbed, they have some extra space, they have room to entertain in the backyard, those are commanding the highest price points. They're selling for over list. And if you are looking to sell in this market, those might be some really clever marketing features or ways you could potentially position your property to command top dollar. Anyway, I hope you found the information useful. This is all I have for you here today. Consider liking and subscribing if you haven't done so already, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care.